TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Thoughts on Ric Flair?
Well, I told you the story about Ramlin Ricky Rhodes. Played at Wisconsin, I believe, in football. Gagne broke him in. He was selling insurance, I believe, to nurses or something in Minnesota at the time he was broken in. So he'd already been out in the work job. He had a beautiful wife at the time, and has a beautiful wife now. And he had that's where we're different in age sometimes. Because I know when he was working and when he broke in, he had to be as old as I was. He had to be. So now, if we're both 45 now, since this is a shoot interview, that was one thing always bugged me, his age. But his ability to now still, like I said, outwork just by half-ass working a lot of guys in this industry. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. And a lot of years we had dogs are everywhere. That's Moonshine Max right there. I don't know if you've seen, but he's looking through the door. He had the great ability and the flim flam to take care of himself and to make you feel really sorry for him in and out of the industry, out of the business. Ring-wise, financially, booking him pretending, trying to be a booker. A lot of respect for him in that aspect of this game. If we're just talking about that, he might be the best. Some say he is. I know he has a great following of people that don't really know the business. But we made a lot of money together. But I think I made him more money than he made me. And I think that's the key to Ric Flair. And success to him and his family is, I love his family, his kids, I just always want him to have success because I don't want to see a guy like Rick, who did so much for this business, be down to the point of saying, Jesus, you know what I mean? We owe guys like Rick this business does because he's repaid in full. So a lot of respect for him in that aspect. But personally, as you could tell from my verbiage here, there's always been this inner battle with me and him on a personal level. But, Rick is Rick.
All right.
18 times world champion, I believe, or something. I beat his ass 3 times. And Tully was not a big guy. In the mold of Shawn Michaels, maybe. Could work his ass off. Could talk. Good finishes. Crybaby at times, I made a lot of money with him when you think back. When money was money, where you say 300, 400 grand, 600 grand, compared to 150, 700, 800,000 bucks in the interior, different eras. But I made a lot of money with Tully. But I think Tully received the spinoff of Flair, and the Horsemen were the first electrified group in the history of our industry that was kind of different. And where did that all come from? So you say, and I think Tully actually coined the phrase one time on TV.
Right.
And I took that, and I would like to take credit for that, but I'm not sure if I said it or he said it. But I think Tully did. And we took it and ran with it. And Flair. You ever see the movie The Flim Flam Man?
No.
You know what a Flim Flam Man is?
Mm-hmm.
Bruce, you listen to me?
Yes.
He's the ultimate Flim Flam Man. Hey brother, I love you, man. You know what I mean? Knowing deep in his heart he don't give a shit about you. He gives a shit about himself. That's fucking shoot. He cares about himself more than anything else. And of all the people that I talk about or had made money with, I made money with him. But one thing that he maybe didn't know is I knew he was a Flim Flam Man. And when you have an enemy that you can use him to the best of your ability, because deep down he can't stand me. Deep down I'm his enemy. We're enemies. And he was surely not as great as I made him to be. He had the ability when he first started, and he wanted to be Rickus Rhodes. The way to Bismarck, South Dakota was 300 pounds. He said, he's driving my car, driving me to the matches. And he says, I've came up with a name. He says, I want to be Ramblin' Rickus Rhodes. And I told him, I said, make your own way. Be your own self, because you have talent and you're going to be something. And he can tell you this true story. And don't take that name. It's not that I don't want you to have that name, but make your own way, because he had the ability to do that. And in our early times together, we were great friends, and he was super. But money does strange things to you. Power, insecurity of knowing how good you are. And he's that good. Maybe the best. They say that a lot. I think Hardy was the best, but they say, they always, if you read the net for whatever reason, I've just started to learn to work the fucking thing, because I'm on a web page, So it says DustyRhodes.net / whatever that means,
right.
The slash backwards, but we're building a page. So they talk about him like he was God, you know what I mean? And he wasn't, But maybe he was to him.
Top too.
I think so, yeah. Well, even now he can outwork anybody that a group has. So that's ability. That's not the personal side with me and him. I know he's a flim guy. Okay, I know that, and he knows that I know that, and he might think I am. So at least we know where we stand. So we never have a problem. There was never no problem. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was far greater work than Tully Blanchard or Iron. Iron was just Iron. There's 100 Arn Andersons, but there was not an Arn Anderson that could actually get it done like him, to where he knew what needed to be done. He knew you two guys, you and him and you two guys won a tag match with me and the Warriors. And he knew that he had to get us ready, and they were going to take the fall on him. But brother, that he had to get the thing ready. You two guys had to be stars. He knew his role, and he was great at it. And he had written this book about me revolutionizing the industry. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. And he's, and he's still in the industry. So that's cool. I like to see guys that are still in our business that help make it.
Barry Windham.
My kid.
All right.
Yeah. Dustin, him. Very most natural talented beside Dustin, I think, the kid I ever seen in the ring. Just natural. Don't have to go, let's go to the gym or school.
Right.
And teach him something. You don't have to. He was there, and he was very close with me, mentally too. And I wonder now. I don't know if anybody's ever asked this question. I wonder why he's not ever become a book for somebody.
Right. I
think because he likes staying at home. He likes doing what he wants to do. He always has. He's had the ability to be champion, and he just he was like, he's got so much Murdoch in him, where Murdoch didn't give a shit. Murdoch knew he could outwork any man in this business. He knew he could out-comic any man in this business, and he could out-serious him. And then, and Barry was like that. But he was with me on all of the decisions in private. Once I talked around and we were out, it's kind of like your lieutenant. He was my lieutenant, and he was even more than JJ. I would say, okay, I went in there and I shot my wad on and say, what do you think? And he would tell me, or he would add to it. And he was good. He was good. Very creative person.
TitleMatchNetwork.com